Hello and welcome to Byju's Exam Prep IAS, presenting to you the daily quiz for 18th of May 2022. But before we begin, let me tell you that as a part of the Target Prelims 2022 series, we have a special lecture on reports and indices scheduled for 19th of May, that is tomorrow at 7:30 pm. Do not miss this special current affairs revision lecture. Click on the link given in the description box and set the reminder to watch the session live. Now let us begin and take a look at the first question for today. Which of the given statements with respect to the Dead Sea is or are correct? Number 1. It is the lowest water body on earth with the lowest elevation on land. Number 2. Dead Sea is bordered by West Bank, Jordan and Gaza Strip. Number 3. It is the world's largest hypersaline lake. What is the context? In the backdrop of global fertilizer crisis, India and Jordan are in talks for enhanced fertilizer cooperation. This is one of the efforts of the government of India to ensure adequate supply to the farmers ahead of the Kharif season. This article in the PIB today has a mention of Jordan's plans to extract muriate of potash or potassium chloride from the Dead Sea. And that is why we've taken up this question on Dead Sea. Now coming back to the question. Statement number 1 here is absolutely correct. Dead Sea is the lowest water body on earth. It is the world's deepest hypersaline lake and its water is about 10 times saltier than normal ocean water, right? Now coming to its location. When we take a look at this map here, we can see that Jordan and Israel border the Dead Sea. We can also see that West Bank also borders the Dead Sea, right? But the Gaza Strip, which is right here, does not border Dead Sea. So statement number 2 becomes incorrect as Gaza Strip does not border Dead Sea. Now statement number 3 is incorrect because yes, it is world's deepest hypersaline lake, but it is not the largest in the world. So the task for you for today is to let me know in the comment section which is the largest hypersaline lake in the world. Therefore, the right answer to this question would be option D, 1 only. Moving on to question number 2. Consider the following statements with respect to National Startup Advisory Council or NSAC. Number 1. The council is chaired by the Minister of Corporate Affairs. Number 2. It consists of the non-official members to be nominated by the central government. Number 3. The term of the non-official members of the Startup Advisory Council is 5 years. Which of the given statements is or are incorrect? What is the context? The Minister for Commerce and Industry recently chaired the 4th meeting of the National Startup Advisory Council. And it is in this context that we've taken up this question for discussion. See, the NSAC was constituted to advise the government on measures that are needed to build a strong ecosystem for nurturing innovation and startups in India. Why? Because it is these startups that will drive sustainable economic growth and also will help in generating large scale employment opportunities. So, NSAC supports creative and innovative ideas through incubation as well as research and development to transform them into valuable products. Now, let us understand the structure of this NSAC as we discuss the statements in our question. Coming to statement number 1. As we just discussed, it is chaired by the Minister for Commerce and Industry and not by Minister of Corporate Affairs. Therefore, 1 becomes incorrect. And this council comprises of the non-official members from various categories like founders of successful startups, veterans, and persons who are capable of representing the interests of incubators and accelerators. And they are to be nominated by the central government. Correct? Therefore, statement number 2 is correct. Now, coming to the term of these non-official members. The term of the non-official members of the Startup Advisory Council will be for a period of 2 years and not 5 years. Therefore, statement number 3 is also incorrect. Therefore, the right answer to our question would be option C, 1 and 3 only because the question is asking us for incorrect statements. Now here also please note that the nominees of the concerned ministries, departments as well as organizations who are not below the rank of Joint Secretary to the Government of India will be the ex officio members of this NSAC. Now moving on to question number 3. INS Surat and INS Udaygiri recently in news are option A. Indigenous aircraft carriers of the Indian Navy. Option B. Frontline warships of the Indian Navy. Option C, diesel electric attack submarines being built in India. Option D. Indigenously built submarines with air-independent propulsion technology. What is the context? According to this article in the Hindu newspaper today, two frontline warships, that is INS Surat and INS Udaygiri of the Indian Navy, have been launched by the Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh in Mumbai. INS Surat is the fourth guided missile destroyer of P-15B class, and Udaygiri is the second stealth frigate of P-17A class. And this is named after the mountain ranges in Andhra Pradesh. This warship has been equipped with advanced weapon sensors and platform management systems. See, Project 15B class of ships are the next generation stealth guided missile destroyers of the Indian Navy. And P-17A class frigates are warships that are follow-on class of P-17 Shivalik class frigates. But they have improved stealth features, advanced weapon and sensors, and also platform management systems. And these frontline warships have been launched at Mazagaon dockyard. Therefore, the right answer to our question would be option B, frontline warships of the Indian Navy. Now, if you want to know more about the air-independent propulsion technology, we've covered this in previous daily quiz video. The link to the video will appear on the top right corner of your screens right now. You can go back and watch it. Moving on to question number 4. Which of the given pairs is or are correctly matched? We have satellite navigation systems and the country it belongs to. Number 1, Navstar GPS, USA. Number 2, Navik, India. Number 3, GLONASS, China. Number 4, Galileo, Japan. Why this question? See, there is a reference to Navik in this PIB article today, and that is why we've taken up this question. First of all, what is Navik? Navik is also known as the Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System. It is a satellite navigation system which is operated by the Government of India, and it currently has 7 operational satellites that cover India and surrounding regions. Right? Similarly, other countries have their own satellite navigation systems. Now you may ask why. See, having a global navigation system enhances the ability of a nation to serve as a net security provider. It can also play a significant role in relief efforts post disasters. That is, it helps in disaster management as well. Now, coming to the satellite navigation systems of different countries. We know that Navik belongs to India, so number 2 becomes correct. Now, coming to Navstar GPS. Navstar GPS is a network of US satellites that provides global positioning system services. They are used for navigation both by military as well as civilians. So pair number 1 is also correct. Now GLONASS. GLONASS stands for Global Navigation Satellite System. It is Russia's satellite navigation system, so 3 becomes incorrect. And Galileo is European Union's satellite navigation system. So pair number 4 also becomes incorrect. Therefore, the right answer to our question would be option D, 1 and 2 only. Now let us take up a previous year question from Prelims paper 2014. Lichens, which are capable of initiating ecological succession even on a bare rock, are actually a symbiotic association of option A, algae and bacteria, option B, algae and fungi, option C, bacteria and fungi, option D, fungi and mosses. See, in lichens, an alga and a fungus live together. The fungus provides shelter, water and minerals to alga. And in return, the alga provides food which it prepares by photosynthesis as it contains chlorophyll. Therefore, the right answer to this question would be option B, algae and fungi. Now let us take up the fact of the day for today, which is lead pollution. What is the context? This article in the Indian Express newspaper today presents facts from the recent report on pollution and health, which was published in the Lancet Planetary Health. And as per this report, globally air pollution alone contributes to 66.7 lakh deaths. And out of the 16.7 lakh air pollution related deaths in India, 9.8 lakh were caused by particle matter 2.5 pollution and another 6.1 lakh by household air pollution. The government of India has introduced a scheme to prevent deaths due to household air pollution. Let me know in the comments section below which is that scheme. Now coming to lead pollution, which is the topic for discussion for today. See, an estimated 9 lakh people die every year globally due to lead pollution. And it is believed that this number is an underestimate. Earlier, the source of lead pollution was from leaded petrol, but now it has been replaced with unleaded petrol. So, what are the other sources of lead exposure? The other sources are unsound recycling of lead acid batteries, as well as e waste without pollution control, and spices that are contaminated with lead, pottery that is glazed with lead salts, and lead in paint, as well as other consumer products. See, lead can be ingested by people through occupational as well as environmental sources. It can primarily be due to inhalation of lead particles, which are produced by burning lead containing materials such as smelting, recycling, and stripping of leaded paint, and also utilizing leaded aviation fuel. It could also be due to the consumption of lead contaminated dust and water from lead contaminated pipes, and also the food in lead glazed or lead soldered containers. So, what damage does this lead pollution do? See, lead is one of the most hazardous heavy metals, and lead poisoning, also known as chronic intoxication, is caused by lead absorption in the body and is characterized by fatigue, abdominal pain, nausea, anemia, and also a dark line along the gums. And lead can cause serious damage to human body such as nervous system damage, digestive issues, kidney damage, and also have impacts on intelligence. And that is why lead was banned as an additive to fuels and other products. Please remember that lead mixed with water and food can create cumulative poisoning, and this has long term effects on children as it lowers their intelligence. Also, an important point to note here, the World Health Organization has identified lead as one of the 10 chemicals of major public health concern. That is all for today. Thank you for being with us. Keep watching and keep learning.